Alright friends, here's our first video about remodeling the farmhouse. This house is very special to our family. My wife's mother lived here for a while. Her grandfather on her mom's side, her grandfather Poppy, was born here at the house. His father owned the house, and now Elizabeth and my children own the house. So we're the fifth generation who will have rehabbed and lived in the house and on the homestead. It's a big deal for us because we have a lot of pride in our heritage and the things that were passed down to us from people before us. Now, heritage isn't just necessarily a piece of land. We happen to have that in our family, but you in your life are going to have stories or belongings or pieces of property or all sorts of mementos that have a significance because someone in your family loved enough to be able to get that with the idea of handing it down throughout the generations. So we're super excited because this is our first day of demo. We've got a lot of work in the house. You're going to see in a few minutes this house caught on fire a few years ago and it's pretty much totally gutted. This is the most finished room, if this gives you an indication as to what we're about to get into. This is going to be called for us the fireplace room. It's just adjacent off of the kitchen. Got a lot of work to do in here, and that's what we're going to start today. All the insulation in here has to come out. The windows are great. They're going to stay. We are going to take all the wiring out of the house because when the house burned, they just kind of put some back in a little bit shoddy. And so we're actually going to take all the things out of the panel. We actually have to upgrade the panel too. So we're not going to shut the whole power off because we need to get power to the well. And until we're ready to do our switch over, we're just basically going to leave the well on the power. So this room is the most work because you see above me, there is a ceiling. Now, it's kind of hard to explain, but right above here is a flat asphalt ceiling. But when the fire happened, they rebuilt above it a large gable roof. But they did not tear off the ceiling off of this section of the house. So I've got my metal gabled roof, red roof, and then in the second floor, you can see asphalt and shingles. And the problem is that level is about 8 inches, 6 to 8 inches over the rest of the second floor. So what I have to do is tear out the insulation and tear out the ceiling joists and whatever kind of, I don't know if it's OSB or some sort of sheeting, and then the actual asphalt roof itself. Now we are going to leave the fireplace. We are going to tear out the lath wall. We're just going to start as fresh as possible. In this room we also have some linoleum to take off the floor. We're hopeful that this subfloor can stay because the kitchen subfloor all has to go. But this seems fairly sturdy and level, so we're going to see about maybe keeping it the same. What I love about this room is this giant window over here. It faces the east, so you'll have beautiful sunrises. Our well is just beyond that. And we got another window here that's got great airflow. Lots of great natural lighting in here. I'm really excited about getting this done. There is a little bit of framing to be done here too, and I'll show you that. So you and I have just switched positions. You're standing, looking the direction I was looking, and I'm where the camera was, looking out toward the window. Above me here is the header. So the room that you're in was probably an addition later in life. What this is there is a, I'm going to guess, 8-inch old style native hardwood beam sandwiched between a couple 2x4s and then another matching beam. And what they have done is bolted all the way, well, I guess probably lag bolted all the way through between this one, a 2x4 spacer, and this one. And that serves as a header. Over here, it sits on top of some kind of a wall. And over here, it doesn't necessarily sit on top of the wall, but they've tied into these existing 2x4s. Now, my plan is to take these 2x4s out, so I'm going to have to put in a support beam and a new header to carry the weight from up above. There are ceiling joists on this side, which currently are just notched to sit on top of this beam. So we'll put some hangers on that side. We'll also do the same thing here. After we tear all this out, we'll put some hangers on this side. We might even go with LVL beams. I've had some experience with those. They're real stable and easy material to work with. And so then we'll probably just hang maybe 2 or 3 of those LVLs between here. hang some joist hangers on this side, and that also has the ceiling joists over here. So that's kind of our first big project, is demolishing this room and then making decisions about what we're going to do with the header that divides the kitchen space from the fireplace room. Now from the kitchen, you have 3 directions you can go. Door number 1, opening number 2, there's 4 options. Door number 3 and door number 4. To the right here, this is a bathroom. I'll show you that in a moment. This is going to be the master bedroom, and this door. This space leads to the dining room, and this space is going to lead to a pantry, laundry room, mudroom situation. Let's start with the mudroom. Okay, we're going to start here with the mudroom. You'll notice it's several feet below us. There's some stairs down to it. It's a long kind of shotgun room that leads to the basement steps. These basement steps are treacherous. My wife's grandma Carolyn talks about a story where she was working in the basement when they lived here, working in the basement one night doing laundry, and there must have been a party going on or something upstairs, because one of her neighbors, then she was doing laundry, was so drunk he fell down these stairs, and they kind of wind, they're concrete, and they wind down to the right, and she couldn't figure out how to get him back up, so she just let him sleep it off down there. But the plan for this room is we're actually going to, if I back up a little bit, we're going to bring the floor level up to the level with the kitchen floor, and so we'll be able to walk straight out, and let's see, about 12 feet, about where that washer currently sits, maybe the far side of the washer. We'll put a door that'll have 2 steps down to about a 6 to 8 foot wide mudroom. But this space over here, well, you won't be able to go to the basement. It'll be solid and flat, and we'll have laundry and a pantry, and then an opening to go to the actual mudroom. So this is the room that's got the most opportunity for change, but we don't want to live with this curly, right outside the door type of basement stairwell. This is the view of going to be our dining room. It's 15.5 wide, 15.5 long. We'll have our table and stuff here in the middle of the room. Lovely windows to go over to our front porch. Okay, this faces the north, and just beyond that field is a railroad track, and it's lovely to hear. What's beautiful about this place is in the evening, at 6 o'clock, and I think at 8 o'clock, the church bells are ringing a song, playing music. And what's cool is that music, or those church bells, were provided by the donation after one of my wife's family members passed away a long time ago. And so when the music bells ring, it's like another little reminder of our heritage and those people who go before us. So what's neat, you got the kitchen off to the right, the living room off to the left. Before the fire, there was really cool French doors here, and they were able to salvage them after the fire. So we'll be refurbishing those to put back in that location. And so this will be where we have our meals. We love to have great big entertaining meals. We host Thanksgiving. We have 5 children, and then my wife was one of 4, and we host a lot here. So we're looking forward to lots of many good days here in this room. I'll show you now the master bedroom. Windows out to the east. I think it's about 15.5 feet long, and then I think it's about 16 feet wide to the outside of the closet. So about 14 to that wall, and then a cool closet. So this has a nice deep closet from here to somewhere about here, and that will be for my wife. She gets her own closet. And then here's kind of a corner closet. And so from about here to somewhere in this vicinity will be a wall, and this will be my closet. We've got a little bit of a cove over here, and like I said, lots of natural light, beauty. Get to see the sun coming out of the east. looking forward to having a bigger room. Our current room is like 9 foot by 10 foot. And so we're looking forward to being able to have space to, you know, walk and that kind of stuff. So that's a master bedroom. And that last door is the bathroom door. This will get a total remodel. The floor and subfloor have to come up. All this shower and framing is going to come out, and we're going to kind of start all over. But it's about 6.5 foot wide, and I think 11 feet long, kind of a shotgun bathroom. Plumbing for vanity and toilet. And it's all going to be redone. Here's the back side of the fireplace. All going to be redone, of course, with cool vanity and exhaust fan and everything else. We are going to redo all the electrical in the house. Now, this electrical looks new, but I just don't trust who put it in. So we're going to try to recycle as much of the wire as possible, maybe reuse some of the boxes, the junction boxes, but we're just going to take our own expertise and do it ourselves. I've considered this closet right here could be a closet for linens and things, but it also might be where the water heater goes. I just don't have the answer to that yet. Here's a view of the outside out the back. So I'm standing in the exterior door of the fireplace room. I'm looking south, and don't mind all the piles of things. There were several years where they just used the farm for miscellaneous storage, and nobody was very particular about it. And so that's just some things that we're cleaning up. But you'll see we got this little, I don't know if it'll survive here, but it's an old smokehouse. I think it'd be a nice chicken coop if we get it moved. If not, it's fine. We've got plenty of barns. We have two really neat custom home style open air barns. Elizabeth's grandpa built those, and we just found the pictures of that. Really, really cool. We have the main barn over there with two giant lean-tos. There's an empty grain bin on the other side of that catappa tree. This catappa tree, by the way, is just about the only tree we have on the property. We have one tiny one there to the south. That's all I can find. So this is our main source of shade for the moment. And then to the right, we have an actual garage that is probably not parking. You know, we're not probably going to park in it, but it'll be good to store tools and do our work in. Well, I just got a call from the well people that we were having some trouble. We're not super sure about the well here. My wife's grandma said it produced super deep, and it produced the softest water she's ever been around. I'm a little concerned. They had animals on here for a long time, and I don't know how that all works as far as like their fecal matter and things like that. And I'm surrounded by farmland, and so I was a little concerned about farm water runoff infecting the drinking water. So we're going to have it tested. We've also got a unique situation with the well. We have two really deep cisterns, like 20 feet deep, and we have the actual pump house with the well, and the well seems to not be working right now, and so I've called a guy down the road who does wells to come help me out, figure out if I need to just tap into city water that's across the street, or if I can make this work. Sounds like the well man's here. There they are.